Today, we've got 17 bosses that are definitely the epitome of those bosses that you hear saying things like, nobody wants to work anymore. I don't know why I'm always having to hire new people. Let's jump into it. No isn't an option when asked to do something by management. That sounds potentially illegal because if they're asking you to do illegal things, then no is definitely an option. Makes me wonder what kinds of things this boss is asking their employees to do. Read this. Drinks and snacks are no longer free. As of today, drinks and snacks are no longer free. This is due to the inflation caused by this idiot, his administration, and the morons that voted him in. Drinks, $5. Snacks, $5. Any employee that has an issue with this, please come and see me in my office. I have already fired 2 people this week and have no issue replacing anyone in my company. I have no issue with people having their political opinions, but bringing them to work like this and broadcasting them to all of your employees just doesn't exactly seem like the smartest decision. New office rule. For every minute you are late for work, you will be required to work for 10 minutes after 6 p.m. For example, if you arrive at 10:02, you will have to stay an extra 20 minutes until 6:20 p.m. Thanks. Honestly, I would be late every day and then I would just be soaking up all that overtime. Somehow I have a feeling this little new office rule backfired very quickly for this boss. Unless, of course, they weren't paying overtime, but that would be exceptionally illegal. This boss turns to Twitter to say this: I'm a business owner and refuse to pay menstrual leave. 1, I can't afford it. 2, y'all can control your cycles. I know y'all can. Do it at home and turn it off before coming to work. Be a professional, no matter how bad the pain is. Respect your male coworkers and be nice to customers. Look, as a man, I clearly don't really know what it's like to go through a menstrual cycle, but I am smart enough to know that it isn't something that you can control. I don't know how anybody could be this out of touch unless he has just been perpetually single, which, with the attitude that he has, certainly wouldn't surprise me. Due to lazy workers quitting with no notice and crazy inflation, thanks Biden, we have increased all our prices by 50% beginning June 4th. Apply now to help us fill the workplace and lower our prices again. Great benefits including a supportive work environment, gift card raffles, free snacks, good salary, paid sick time with doctor's note, and pay increase up to 50 cents per year guaranteed. Wow, 50 cents a year. I mean, groundbreaking right there. Starting pay is $16 per hour, but then in little down there it says $13 an hour plus benefits equals $16 an hour. So you mean to tell me that $13 an hour plus gift card raffles, free snacks includes $16 an hour? I don't think that's exactly how it works. But then, of course, this cute little sign also at the bottom says, in pen written, do not take this paper. We will press charges. Sounds to me like someone saw that sign, saw the hilarity, and it decided to rip it down to be a D-bag. Anyway, I'm not surprised that this boss is going through so much staff with the attitude that they seem to have, all captured in this lovely little hiring flyer. If you are ever feeling stressed about how the day is going, just remember, Tyler wouldn't complain. I'm assuming Tyler is the boss here, and Tyler doesn't exactly seem to be fostering an environment where people can express their emotions and share how they are feeling so that they don't bottle up their emotions and turn into a crazy person. If your employees are feeling stressed out and they're bottling that up and they cannot express it to anybody around them, then that's just going to make them feel worse. That's not going to do any good for anybody, including you, Tyler. From corporate communications, when the weather is hot, please try to hold off being sick or dehydrated until after you finish your route. Oh, I'm not going to point out that they spelled off incorrectly, but instead of telling people to hold off on their dehydration, how about just encouraging that they stay hydrated during warmer temperatures? That would certainly have a much more positive spin now, wouldn't it? We are no longer able to provide water for the team starting Monday, 3/21. We have abused our privilege in doing so. Thanks, management. I wonder where this was. I mean, hopefully it's in a place where you can at least have a water bottle that you can fill in the sink, but that seems a little far fetched. Sounds like someone's being cheap. 10 things that require zero talent: being on time, work ethic, effort, energy, body language, passion, doing extra, being prepared, being coachable, and attitude. You know what does require talent? Being a good leader and instilling these values in your employees by coaching and developing them in a positive manner. Sure, some of these things, I wouldn't say talent is the right word, but clearly being on time is just something that some people kind of have to grow into, as well as a lot of these other things. But coaching and developing is the first step. Have you ever heard a crackhead say, "I have no money, I'm not going to smoke today"? No, they always find a way. Are you going to let a crackhead out hustle you today? That has to be the weirdest motivational speech I have ever heard in my entire life. I really don't even know what else to say about this. This one is exceptionally weird. Apparently, this one comes from an ice cream stand. Staff notice: all breakages, damages, any stock or property will have to be paid for by the member of staff responsible. So if I'm making someone's ice cream cone and it breaks for some reason, you're going to take it out of my paycheck? I think not. Pretty sure that's illegal. Someone confirm that in the comments. That's got to be illegal. And it honestly, it's just the cost of doing business. You telling me an ice cream cone that's probably worth less than 25 cents, you're going to take that out of someone's paycheck? How do you even track that? Are you breathing down everyone's neck that much? Now hiring chefs. Looking for a low paying but rewarding career? Apply to the best kitchen in the South. 4-year degree and master's degree in culinary arts with 5 years of experience preferred but not required. Apply now inside. I would love to know how much they were advertising the pay for this job, but to prefer a 4-year master's degree in culinary arts with 5 years experience but advertise it as a low paying job sounds a little bit far fetched for me. Because I'm pretty sure chefs of that caliber definitely get to a point where they're making a good income. Office policy: I'm right, you're wrong. End of discussion. And it's attitudes like that that are probably the reason why a lot of large corporations have an open door policy written into the handbook. Because if you're going to be that my way or the highway with your employees, you're definitely going to have a lot of turnover. Tips for not getting fired: talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Well, besides the fact that that was all one incredibly long run on sentence, it sounds like the type of boss that just has that feeling of people should just come to work and do the best they can because that's what they were hired to do, and not expect to be given a pat on the back or be able to have the expectation to advance in their career. And if you're not going to get told you're doing a good job, or at least get confirmation that you're doing things right through recognition, and you have no career growth opportunities, that's probably why this boss has a very high turnover rate. So, this is a resignation policy. We hope that you and your employment with BCB Surf Enterprises Incorporated will be long lasting and a positive experience for you as well as us. However, we realize that it might become necessary to leave your position. If you anticipate resigning your current position, you are expected to give a 2-week written notification to your manager or the owner in advance of the day that you must leave. If this is not given and or you fail to show up for your scheduled shift, these are the following actions that will be taken. You will automatically forfeit any tip money that you may have earned. Tips are a privilege, not a right, and will be viewed in that way here. Your final paycheck will go to current minimum wage. In addition, if you are terminated from your position at BCB, you will also forfeit your tip money for the week and your pay will go to current minimum wage as well. Well, that is exceptionally illegal because tip money is money that you have quite literally earned. They cannot withhold your pay. And if they have such screwed up policies around resigning, I can only imagine what it's like working for these people in general. Employees. While I am out and away to be with family, I expect each and every one of you to smile and get things done and make awesome sells. In addition to the list that I have made, I would also like you guys to write me a report about the nature of drugs, i.e., what do you know about it? Have you experimented with it? What are your thoughts and feelings about it? Do you know anyone that have used drugs or on drugs now? What are the side effects before and after? Do not do any research on this. It doesn't have to be formal. I'd like this to be turned in by Monday, February 29th. Put it in an envelope with your name on it. So, do they expect their employees to do this on the clock or as homework? What are we even doing here? I wouldn't be surprised if this alone caused people to decide to explore other job opportunities. Now hiring part-time salesperson who won't quit after 2 weeks, who works hard and doesn't think she's doing me a favor by working here, who can take a joke and won't cry every day on the floor. Must be 21 plus, must be reliable, must be about that life. About what life? Also, in a way, they kind of are doing you a favor by working there if you've opened a position for a salesperson that you can delegate to. Yes, you're paying them. So maybe favor isn't the right word, but they're certainly making your life easier. What am I missing here? Well, clearly, these bosses have put themselves in a position where they will constantly be hiring and training people because of their weird and toxic attitudes that they have towards their employees. That's about all I got for this one. If you have a toxic boss story, tell me about it in the comments down below. Okay, bye.